came home and now it's raining. It was so sunny. Ah, also, I think I'm something like hurt. Don't know. It hurts. That's all. That's all I know. Well, it happens. I think it happens every time. Don't worry, I'm gonna be fine. Hey buddy. Bon, tu m'excuseras, c'est en français. Ne m'en veux pas vraiment, c'est juste que c'est plus facile. Je t'avoue que ce matin, c'était compliqué. C'était compliqué, j'étais en train de regarder des solutions de paiement en ligne. Du genre Square, Easy Transact, Klarna, pour ne nommer que ça. Et finalement, je me suis perdue pendant 1 heure ou 2. Et en toute honnêteté, il s'est aussi passé de bonnes choses. Mais j'ai du mal à trouver les mots parce que ça fait presque 2 ans que j'ai commencé mon activité et me rendre compte d'une chose pareille, c'est embarrassant. Oui, je sais. Je sais ce que tu te dis, mais ça fait 2 ans. Pourquoi tu t'en rends compte que maintenant? Pourquoi seulement maintenant et pas avant? Et je dois t'avouer que ça n'a pas été facile. Pendant 1 an et demi, ça n'a pas été facile. À force d'en parler avec mon grand frère et d'en parler aussi avec mon compagnon, j'ai fini par Mais la majorité en fait de mes projets demandent de l'argent que je n'ai pas. Donc j'ai des idées, j'ai pas tout à fait tout le matériel nécessaire. J'ai pas tout à fait le matériel qu'il faut, à vrai dire. Et ça m'embête. Ça m'embête parce que j'ai des tas de choses que j'aimerais faire, que je ne peux pas faire. Donc voilà. Voilà la situation. C'est frustrant, je l'avoue. Mais je fais mon possible. Voilà, maintenant, tu sais tout.
Can we break the cycle?
Don't ever darling, nothing I'd call my own. You are my treasure, you make a house a home. All I ever need, all I ever wanted,
chatty. I think we need to talk. I really need to talk. To give you some context, I was editing another vlog and I realized something. I think I might be quitting. Don't worry, I'm not gonna stop making vlogs, but I think I'm gonna stop being a content writer. Why? What happened? It's been a year and a half since I started being a content writer, as a freelancer. And to be honest, it's kinda hard to tell you about this because I know it's a failure. I know it's not viable, I would say, anymore. My bank account is staring at me with minus 300 euros for this year, so for the past year. For last year, it's more than that. Yeah, I think I might quitting content writing and start something else. I'm not gonna talk about it here and now. I think it's time for me to listen to my man, to my boyfriend who kept telling me, what if your parents are right? What if your mom is not just nagging? What if she's just worrying about you because she's also working for her own person, so she knows it more than anyone. And then I thought about something. What if I fail? It's kinda hard to say it like this, but that's the truth. Oh, yeah, my emotional support. But let's not talk about him. This year, in 2025, I've done something I wasn't expecting myself to do. I bought a bag and a lanyard from a small business based in USA. Her name is Annika and she's the owner of Arts by Bun. I keep watching vlogs of people like Annika. By that I mean vlogs of small businesses about illustration, about stationaries, about stickers, and I tend to feel like it's like I denied my own potential, and instead of listening to people and what they told me, I kept being stubborn, I would say, and I would keep continuing in a path I wouldn't even like anymore, because that's how it is. I don't feel aligned with this content writing I was so proud of when I started. Let's talk about numbers. I never had a client in a year and a half. I had a client who was my own mom, and it was about graphic design service. It wasn't even in the content writing, I would say, field. So it kept bothering me. I knew something rather was quite wrong, but I denied it, pushed it back in somewhere in my brain and never looked at it until now. And right now, like I said, I don't feel aligned anymore. I feel to be aligned with what I feel right now, it would be becoming an artist. So it would change the whole purpose, the whole nature. Well, it would change my activity in the paperwork. It's not something difficult to do. Basically, I just have to log in a specific website, change it so it would change the... Because as a French entrepreneur, I have a code based on my activity, with this activity. So if I change this, that code will change, and the amount you have to pay depending on your revenue will be different for an artist. I know that most of the time that's what's gonna keep me away from having a good amount of money to live with, a good revenue, a stable revenue. It keeps bothering me, and to be honest, to launch this new activity, I'm gonna have to change this in the paperwork, but aside from the paperwork, I'm gonna have to find the money that I couldn't make with this content writing thing. That's why vlogs from July, so this month, are kind of messy, and it just talks about a rebranding, but I knew deep down couldn't do that anymore. I talked about it with my boyfriend, and to be honest, I'm stubborn, I know, but he told me it happened because it happened for a reason, not for nothing. And it also told me that I didn't lost some time or anything like this. It's just I tried, it didn't work, but still I grew up. I mean, a year and a half ago I was still recovering from my burnout. But he also told me that it was something I even thought about, but since I'm stubborn, I didn't want to see this pass. So right now I have to think about things again, take some time to know how I'm gonna do that, how, when, why. And I think when I would have those answers, then I would be able to launch something or start something new.
2 minutes, restez à proximité.
You are so beautiful.
two fans running because it's hot here, and the competition too. But why did I do that? Maybe I was so into it. I was caught in the process. And now what I'm gonna do with that? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, let's work some magic. I don't know if I'm gonna work some magic. It's a replay why you don't see anything. My bad. Oh, let's bake this one at least. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Oh no, don't move it.
And my heart still skips a beat when you say those words to me. 'Cause happiness is the two of us, wrapped up in our only love, alone underneath these sheets.
I didn't eat anything this morning. It's... what time is it? Past 11. I have to wash the dishes. And wash everything I've used since we have to make lunch. I don't know what we're gonna eat. Oh, these two egg tarts are definitely burnt on the edges, and yeah, so my man will eat them. It's okay. So let's make the dishes, finishing to listen to the competition. A shower later, here I am. It's quieter, but my head is not quiet. In fact, it's a mess. Yesterday, no, the day before yesterday, a few days ago, I was listing my reasons why I was changing, switching, and to be honest, it's just financially I'm struggling. I need a new printer and a new pack of paper, but you know the thick one, not the thin one. It's frustrating because I have to buy an annual membership to Clip Studio Paint, and I really don't know anything about it. I have to switch my insurance. It's not something I need to have, but it's better to have it instead of not having it. And my current insurance is about marketing. In fact, I feel lost because my own parents can't help me. They can't help me about this transition, this switch. They are entrepreneurs themselves, so they know what it is. But I think they just didn't want it from me, but I still did it. When it happened, I felt bad because I thought it was me being like too much, overreacting. I think that's how you're gonna say that. I just don't know how to do that. I feel like I'm scared of something, as if a ghost is chasing me. So I guess I have to start somewhere. Let's just start it and we will see where it goes. But first, let's think about a logo type. A logo type, which in French we call it police writing. Which font I want. I think I also have to decide about a color palette, color wheel, color, no wait, it's not a good thing, color, well, everything about those colors. And and I think I have to think about the business plan and all those ideal client things. So I think I'm gonna do that, and maybe I will feel better. In fact, again, I should um, I should work on some paperwork. I need to do some paperwork and change my activities. But oh, sorry, my mind is saying he's coming back. What is he saying there? Oh, open the door. Okay. So yeah. Ooh, he's really coming back. So yeah, that's how it is, and I guess I will just. Oh, what? I already opened the door. Silly me. Yeah. So I need to do that change. Oh, it's noisy. I need to do that change, and in fact there's a whole list of things I have to do, but I think I'm just afraid to think about the persona, that client, that ideal client. I'm not good with that. It's like thinking about when it comes to writing fiction, it's like thinking about a new character in your story. So I'm good with that, but when it comes to what the client wants about me, what the client is searching, sorry, I'm kind of lost. So yeah. I say that, but I told my man we would work on some letters and some few things to well, job hunting. I already finished baking, so well, we will see.
You don't need to know me now. Standing underneath the clouds, there's no one I'd rather be.